What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. So I've wanted to make this video for a while because I've been abusing this tech for a long time and it has been great this season in activities like the coil. I see people die in the coil a lot in the later stages, and if they just use this weapon perk, then they would probably survive a lot of situations. So in this video, I wanted to show the magic of disorienting grenades. Now, right off the bat, I do want to say that Bungie just nerfed these with the April 9th update. They will get a 15% reduction to their blast radius and their damage. And that is probably because they knew this would be busted in Onslaught. Onslaught is a horde mode based on keeping enemies at bay, and nothing neutralizes a threatening target quicker or more easily than disorienting grenades. These can roll on a number of different grenade launchers in Destiny. On screen now is every GL that can roll with them. There are many that you can acquire in both the kinetic and energy slot, so I would highly advise getting one. The roll doesn't matter that much, but if you can pair it with auto-loading holster, then that is ideal. Because then you can just shoot a GL off and go back to dealing damage, and then shoot another GL once it auto-loads and keep an enemy or group of enemies effectively perma-stunned. Like I said, I use this a lot in the coil, and they are amazing, especially against wyverns. But just be aware that they will not disorient bosses or champions. But for anything outside of those, it can give you breathing room by making the enemies stop shooting at you. Again, their blast radius is being reduced, but I think they will still be exceptionally strong. I know I am certainly planning on using them in Onslaught. I even use them in the Corrupted GM, and they are great for getting the Shriekers to stop shooting, but they will close their shell when you do this. And they are also excellent for handling Tormentors as well. You can see me abuse this in the Lake of Shadows strike. You are locked in a tight room with a Tormentor, but as long as you shoot it with a disorienting GL every few seconds, then it will never be able to attack you. Again, this does not work on boss Tormentors, however. So depending what kind of Tormentors are in Onslaught, this may or may not work. But I bet most of the Tormentors will just be mini bosses. So let's break down exactly how long disorienting lasts, since the Destiny Data Compendium does not show us this info. And then we will also compare that to the other thing that I wanted to show off in this video, which is Blind. Blind lasts for 10 seconds, but let's look at both on Carl. As you can see, when I shoot him with the GL, he is disoriented for exactly 5 seconds. I then shoot him with the Queen Breaker, which applies Blind, and this lasts for 10 seconds. So don't sleep on Queen Breaker. It might not hurt to have one of those on your team, or an arc character with blinding grenades and that's built into things that can blind. I will definitely be testing some blinding builds and see if I can come up with some strong ones. So the blind effect lasts longer than disorienting, but there are far less things in the game that can blind. And on top of that, you pretty much need to run an exotic if you're not running an arc subclass to get any access to blind. But with disorienting, you just have to sacrifice one weapon slot, so do not sleep on disorienting GLs. And in a similar vein to blind, we have suppression. Suppression is quite similar to blind in that they both last 10 seconds, and suppression even has the added benefit of taking Lucent Hive out of their supers. So if we run into the Lucent Hive, which I'm sure we will, then having a teammate with the ability to suppress them could be very valuable. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this quick video to point out the amazing utility of disorienting grenades, and to show off how effective blind is as well. Like I said, don't sleep on these things in Onslaught. They've worked very well for me for a long time, especially this season with the coil, and I think they will shine bright in Onslaught too. Anyways, if you liked this video, then clicking the like button would mean a lot to me, and subscribe for more helpful Destiny 2 content. I will be grinding away in Onslaught, testing out some amazingly strong builds, and I will try to get some into video form. And I will also be soloing the Whisper of the Worm exotic mission, so keep an eye out for that video as well. And if you want a good build to run on each class in Onslaught, then check out my latest video. The builds I showcase in that video will go super hard in a horde mode. Finally, if you're still watching, then thanks so much for watching to the end. I hope you have a great time with Onslaught and Into the Light. Take care.